Heroic on the T side, and we have Kixin with a bit of utility. They've gone fast over main. Siriuson's going to spot from Garage, and he's gotten a lot of information. Players spotted every which way, looking for the headshots over the top, but it's him that takes one to the dome. Tessus with the body shot to follow, and it's a quick flurry of kills, and, well, count that as the pistol. Crimbo's already got down.
That was instant, and that was pacey out of Heroic. Searson spots everyone, and by the time sort of the information comes across, Heroic are in the position where they can just take all of these fights. They find absolutely nothing big. And if this is part of the course, if this is the acceleration that Heroic are going to throw in their T side, the big got to be a little bit careful, because obviously we talk about the shallowness of their map pool. You can kind of not really count Searson as a new sign-in, because he'll be adopting the same positions as Kixon just gives us a clinic. But for JDC, you have to be a little bit careful about sort of all these rotations and the speed of which Heroic are going to pop onto some of these sites.
It's a really cool pistol round. You feel like the USP is going to be favored outside against the Glocks, but because he's not really given it a fair fight, it's all jumping players. Gets overwhelmed, and forced by immediately from Big, despite only having one player live, is going to leave them with some questionable weapons. But JDC's got the strongest one. 9 at the front. A lot of players on the other side, and Tessus just walks around the corner. Swings on him. They're not ready for Tubson. PT50 gets one onto Shush, but Tessus is in cruise control. He's put in his place for a moment. With NertZ low, this is scary. Kixin barely escaping. He's getting run down by Process. Just needs one bullet to find the kill, but Kixin pauses, anticipating that push. And that kill is everything. Siriuson is going to slink an unknown presence. He's going to walk the whole way around. That's going to lose him a lot of precious time.
I think if Process is making that play, Sirion's got to go with him. Because that would have been a guaranteed trade. That would have dropped the bomb. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. This is still very winnable, though, for Sirison. These players are one bullet or a couple away from death. NertZ will now get the audio and can backstab Sirison. I think it's just the space in there. I really do think that Sirison, if he was ready with Process, they should have gone together. Process just trying to have the element of surprise. But considering that's 2 MP9s and pistols, that gets really hairy for Heroic early.
Well, that's going to put them on the back foot. We've got a Crimbo MP9 that's been able to be put across. That's about the sum of what we are working with. So for Heroic, it's just about not tripping over your own shoelaces.
Yeah, you could even consider this one a bit of a buffer for your bankroll. Just make sure you do not give Crimbo any opportunity to upgrade into an AK. Good nade. Pushes Process away from Heart. Crimbo, you can see, starting to push in from radio. Utility going to be set. It all depends on the timing of this. NertZ and nicoodoz combine, and that means that no one from Big is safe. Sirison also dealt with, and that flank from Crimbo is just too far away. No casualties. That's huge when you compare the previous as well. Now with the guns coming in for Big, maybe we can get Sirison on the AWP.
It's kind of like that second round where doing the damage but not finding the final kill. It's a nice one for nicoodoz, just spamming through the wall. NertZ comms over, the second player is swung. Yeah, that was just an MP9. And there's the ult for Sirison. Has managed to get armor behind it. And the true test for Heroic.
Back to outside. This has been limit tested already in the first couple of rounds here for Heroic. They've been applying just injections of pace continuously outside, and they continue to be menaces, crossing close to the smoke so Sirison can't see over the top of it. Worried about the potential cross. We'll give it a look in. tabseN's spam might be heard. You might know that he's definitely softened up TezS just a little bit. Well, nicoodoz dropping utility from top main. Big have got to reroute, and they've got to take space elsewhere.
tabseN's put a counter smoke. Clever, but nicoodoz over the top still finds the kill. syrsoN needs to get something back. nicoodoz spots him. And now he's under pressure. Sure swings from garage, and there's just no room for Big to make a single mistake. Heroic exploited immediately. JDC has an answer. It's just him and Process against the world. And Heroic take a pause. They've parked in garage. And JDC has actually managed to walk around. He might catch nicoodoz slipping. But now it's just JDC. That's the bomb. That's a second. Almost has a magical moment. But Shush denies.
Really well worked from JDC, though, because Heroic were completely contained in garage. The outlet is Process falling. And from there, Heroic can get another player in towards heaven, but the adjustments are fast for JDC, showing us an example of what he can do. Not sure how NertZ scaled in there, potentially from ramp. But that's a warning sign for Heroic, but also to Big, because yet again, it's this deep wrap outside. syrsoN's caught unawares, not ready for the pace of nicoodoz to immediately be in hell. It feels like that should have been tabseN's kill all day long. And it doesn't happen, and the repercussions of it are quite severe. Back on the MP9s, and back to the spectator screen for tabseN, locked out of the round early by nicoodoz.
Yeah, he was just doing a little strafe jump for info. Which I guess he does get. nicoodoz is locked in. Ooh, slither angle. Doesn't give up the kill. Heroic are quick to pounce. JDC, another kill for him. He's got support of Process, so an interesting defensive setup. You've got 2 in secret, 1 hell and 1 heaven. Okay, 1 secret.
This is potentially still a little bit funky for Heroic, because Process has found a double at long range with the MP9. Crimbo's still in heaven. I don't really think that Heroic are aware of it. First job is to try and get this bomb. Crimbo now goes down to the AC unit. nicoodoz, this is all about timing. Crimbo's going to find him. And now with NertZ in main, 30 seconds, he might know about Crimbo, but where is Process scuttled off to? Behind Credit. Will claim the kill. But now, 1 bullet away from death. Needs the adjustment. Can't grab it. Big. They steal that one back away.
There's Crimbo with the clutch as well. 1v1 plays out perfectly. Just sticks behind the AC unit. Gary's happy with that one. This started with nicoodoz getting a great opening kill. JDC slips up, and you're not suspecting Process, who's maybe gets 2 with the MP9 at long range. Big hit on the board, and it's just with this half buy that was cobbled together. Heroic immediately take the timeout.
A lot of conditioning being set here by Heroic. You know what they're going to do now. It's the diagonal smokes in towards garage. They'll then take the space, try and drop from main, wrap in towards heaven. Make just things so confusing and almost a little bit claustrophobic for Big. But with that double rotate, that's the outlet. Because even though JDC gets traded, you still got Process on a little bit of a delay. Something that Heroic were not ready for. And just by him announcing his presence in towards garage, the double kill is phenomenal, but it keeps Crimbo alive. And then he becomes that unknown entity, and Heroic are left scrambling to try and pick up the pieces. Mac-10 and SMGs go the other way, at least for nicoodoz. Limited util, but the AKs are still in play here for Heroic. syrsoN on the up. We saw him get run down in the previous, but this time he starts down low into secret.
Yeah, TezS is hanging out here, and with the smokes being thrown, he might opt to lurk. Solo on his adventures. syrsoN gets an opportunity to take a fair fight. Ramp, so the pressure's on. Crimbo in a powerful position, gets a double up from him, make it 3. Oh, Crimbo locks down ramp, and syrsoN to close.
Really sick from Crimbo. Exactly what you needed is calculated. JDC is like, ooh, I like that. And I think that's on the variation of the smokes from Heroic. Notice how this time it's not diagonal. It's just the conventional 1, 2, 3, get down red. TerrZ has been battered and bruised almost continuously outside. But where you don't have the options with those smokes to feign that you're either secret or garage, that kind of keeps the ramp hold alive, especially with Searson starting and not really hearing anything in towards secret. If that ramp hold falters, that's where Searson might be pulled away, and that's where TerrZ can strike. Instead, it doesn't happen. Orp now patrolling. Big get temporary respite. Just have to navigate the deagle of NertZ. This is a really good recovery after looking down and out, and with Heroic setting the pace. That MP9 round has really turned things off kilter. Really like how Searson's just backed off a little bit. tabseN then goes down to rotate. And with JDC providing supervision, there's nowhere for Heroic to really go. They've got to cross outside without smokes, which can be a bit dangerous.
Run boost. Nixon gets some air, and he will get over. Although he's just going to go straight into the waiting arms. I believe it's tabseN down there. If they had anything but Glocks, Searson would be in a little bit of trouble standing in that position. Actually going to come back.
There we go.
Kill. JDC, misleading little dink noise. You can't get a single thing done with the Glocks. That's to be expected.
Searson got his one. Just. But he did. And you're right, that dink was incredibly misleading. Good to see JDC kick things back off with another hot start. Crimbo necessary. And that multi-kill will probably stave Heroic away from ramp. They are backed outside again. This is where they've been getting a lot more success. Searson goes aggressive, but it's nicoodoz that finds the opener. And they got to be really careful about main. Full blind. nicoodoz does not care. And the trades are immediate for Heroic. Up the vent goes JDC, but NertZ is also in the smoke. In fact, they completely bypassed each other.
Okay, this has gotten a little weird. But NertZ wins his fight into Crimbo, so it's JDC. He's actually going to respond by slinking down himself. And if NertZ spots this... Oh, yeah, NertZ should spot this in a second. Even if he loses the fight, they now know A is free. What have you got to say, JDC? Not a great deal. Time to scamper away. And it feels like when Heroic bring this kind of electric pace outside, it really catches big off. That's what we saw in the opening few rounds. It was even just from the pistol, just straight up there, really putting a lot of emphasis on speed and just numbers outside.
I think that round as well, it's a really good call to keep the mentality of being aggressive, because Searson's going to be running and trying to get in towards main. And the flashbangs just don't really do anything. nicoodoz is still able to get the kills. And then from there, you've got Shush that can be immediately following up on the response. It was very clever. Because if you let Searson get away there, sure, you grab the space outside, but ultimately you might not be able to find the kills. And that's when the vent rotate can fall into place. That's why tabseN can reset Secret, can bring Crimbo into the equation. I think this is a Heroic that is saying to Big, okay, we know you're new, you got a different lineup. Can you deal with this pace?
And I think they're going to continue it. Kixon's got the Mach 10. So I wonder if we might see a fast upper hit, which hasn't come out yet from the squad. Very outside heavy. One ramp play. Let's go forward onto Hut. He drops the smoke, but yeah, they are just going to burst out through Hut. NertZ takes down 2, but one's his teammate. He finds a 3rd. I think that's made it okay. Oh, make it a quad kill. We'll count it. Searson is in ramp aggressive, misses his mark. So you know what? I think Kixon will be happy giving his life for the cause.
how on earth does NertZ get that third kill? It feels like every advantage is with the main player. You just whacks him over the head. Citizen's been missing a lot of AWP shots. I don't want to be that guy, but it really feels like he's suffering a little bit and maybe can't get involved in the game, because if you think about how big play, it's always methodical. It's by the book. They use their utility as an aid, as a buffer to set them up for success. And Heroic are completely denying that. They're playing at 100 miles an hour. And that means that these players that maybe need a little bit of time to feel comfortable can't manage it. This is disgusting from NertZ. And it's not just him. Everyone is shining and thriving in this environment for Heroic. It's not like there's a weak link.
Those last 2 kills are huge as well from nicoodoz.
Yeah. Just denying, right?
Doing again his strengths with the rifle. Big still managed to get a pretty convincing buyout. Even despite losing those players, they've got another AWP. If you lose this one, it's a devastating scoreline at the half because you can't really get much into the next. So, pivotal round for the Germans. And again, outside is Heroic's play.
Great nades. Softens up both Shush and Kicksan. Tabson on the spam. TezZ eludes it. They're all crossing down secret. So, yet again, you got to deal with JDC. What's the common thing to go for once you lose outside? It's to push in towards lobby. That's why NertZ is holding. And Kicksan's going to be used as late lurk. Remember, Heroic have been conditioning these heaven wraps. And that's by and large why Crimbo can't rotate down early towards B. He's always on a little bit of a delay. It has to be an A player. They're really limiting him. 35 seconds. JDC gets completely removed. Kicksan is potentially going to bring the team up the vent to A.
Crimbo gets that one, but yeah, you've got 2 players now on B. Kicksan's confirming. This is clear. NertZ can come back for lobby as well. Crimbo's going to be in the vents, but the T's will be ahead of it. And Process, if he goes up that ladder, he's in danger. So I think you're already calling the save. NertZ and TezZ. It's crazy this team, right? Because you feel that after, Heroic kind of loses all its key elements and NertZ is left in the lurch, that it's going to be difficult to rebuild them. But with TezZ in the form that he's showing at the moment and NertZ is that reliable player, you've got 2 such insane aimers that you can activate on the T side on either extremity. You've got NertZ opening up with the lurk kill on Searson, the AWPer, who's pushing into Squeaky. And then you have TezZ who can just wide swing down towards contamination and get that kill. So they're looking very deadly at the moment.
The game plan really is to nullify Crimbo. And by Kicksan not only going towards heaven to sort of delay that rotate from Crimbo, it's also just providing a little bit of an escape plan. And Heroic, it felt like they were maybe a little bit trapped in. They sacrificed 1 player to the cause as well to guarantee that there are players in towards double doors. There has been an over-rotation. God B. Being very pragmatic on the mic.
But we see. This is like a Heroic special, which I think is just carried on across. Oh, no, he sold it. It was a P90 in the hands of nicoodoz for a moment. Which is something that they do pull out occasionally. They've always done it.
I think going back to a point that you said in pre-game before the match went live about nicoodoz and how versatile he is as an AWPer, I think adds a additional element to this team. JDC is just wrecked. And there is nicoodoz, man in question. Blow on the smoke? No, instead it's a flashbang through. Tabson dealt with immediately. There's so much layering going on here for Heroic, even in their fast upper plays. Just delays of pushes in between the doors, making sure that if Big get a little bit desperate, they're dealt with. Sure, Crimbo finds one, but he's on 12 HP. Searson's on a scout. It has to be another save. 8 rounds T-side on Nuke.
Yeah, it's really cool watching this T-side play out because, God, it doesn't get any easier, does it? Yeah, basically, you've got a team that's got a lot of mismatch well, not a mismatch, but a lot of an amalgamation of different styles, right? And this isn't a new point to bring up, but I think it's worth harkening back. You know, you've got Kixon and his particular vision as a caller from his experience in different teams, and you've got Saw coming through, who's, you know, obviously had heaps of success through Ents, and then you've got the remaining players that, you know, were here as part of the team before, like Shush and TESS, and you can see actually elements of that heroic of old playstyle here in terms of the pace and the dynamicism to all the different elements. Like, I think that round was a good example of it, for instance.
It's always that conversation about European teams as well, especially for Heroic, who's an organization that was obviously full Danish, and then you move to sort of a European superstar team. How did the cultures blend? How long would it take for them to hit the ground running? There's TESS again being bruised by tabseN. He has 7 assists. Guy can't catch a break. Searson starts Heaven to support A. But hello, NertZ. Didn't even catch this. Fortunately, our fantastic observers did. He's already in B.
Yeah, Big have a minute left. They've got double AWP. So if you get into a bomb site successfully, the retake gets a bit scary. They know it, so they want to take a bit of space. Shush meets that AWP of Searson. The opening kill he's been begging for round after round. And they continue to take this control. So I don't think they're going to bite on this top hit from the util, but main, this is where the rap's coming. NertZ can come up if he wishes to as well. This is on T roof. JDC gets the info, finds the bomb. TESS with a critical trade, baits out the AWP shot as well. nicoodoz is going to slip back in. Time is running low. This round is getting a little bit weird, but nicoodoz finds Searson again, winning out that fight. But from the top comes tabseN, finally finding those kills, and it's onto NertZ, but the time isn't with him. From every position, there's a big play up. So at the tail end of the half, they will find their 4th. And NertZ will at least live, so his KD stays a little bit stronger, but they'll be happy anyway. 8, a solid T side.
I want a stunner impression.
Okay, yeah, okay. I like that. He has plenty of video tape on YouTube.
Gandalf.
Joe Biden
Joe
impressions.
Biden.
SpongeBob. Family Guy. Love Family Guy.
Should we get him to do Peter?
Peter Griffin.
Yeah, what's he gonna say?
Griffin.
What's he gonna say?
Yeah, wait. Let's type. What do we want him to talk about? How many words?
Is it the Peter Griffin?
I think it's an actual Peter Griffin.
That's kind of
Oh, yeah,
cool.
yeah,
He's
wait,
on
wait.
Fiverr?
Griffin here.
I am really excited to watch.
I am really excited to watch the Battle for Americas.
I am really excited to watch Fearless.
Peter laugh.
Peter
Because
laugh.
I want him to be like.
Fallen, the Godfather of Brazil, taking on.
Fallen is so old. What do we say? Because we want him to be funny. We don't just want it to.
Fallen is a good AWPer.
That's funny.
Henry,
Alright.
type in some memes.
It's a meme. Fallen, the Godfather of Counter-Strike, takes on the King of Canada in what can only be described as a battle of
Big dick energy.
That's a battler.
Big dick energy. Whale noises.
Yeah, do some whale noises at the end. That's
Whale
fine.
noises. Peter out. Bitch. And there we go. So now we copy and paste that.
Wait, how many words is that?
How many words is that? Count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're under 80. Under 80. We're good.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, get it in.
Shit, that was full broadcast rights. We need them.
We do need those.
Please tell me character notes, mannerisms.
Peter Griffin.
He's
Peter
from
Griffin on acid.
Family Guy. So good. Okay.
Kicksan definitely getting the best ahead of Tabson here. Heroic take 8 rounds from being explosive on towards, well, pretty much everywhere on Nuke. And nicoodoz, I think, obviously we've had our discussions about him. 3 opening kills in that first half as well. But it's a solid team effort from Heroic. It's not just one guy leading the charge. And I think that's what's really interesting when you watch this team. Everyone is more than willing to just fight. Everyone wants to have a go at big.
Yeah, and they're all good fighters. Even Kickson, was finding a lot of success. So, but yeah, NertZ and nicoodoz definitely leading the charge. The double N each side. For big, there were some moments. We saw Crimbo looking solid throughout, winning a crucial 1v1 to get them kind of started on that Sooty side. JDC as well, almost with the 1v4. That would have been very spectacular. But I think the big issue, which I think you can't really talk around, was the lack of presence of that AWP, because it was out a lot for Siriusyn. And I feel like until that very last round, we didn't really see much from it.
No, that's true. Is Crimbo good? I just saw him like playing with his eyebrows. Like in the UK, we had these like really weird like Cadbury's adverts where the 2 kids were like wiggling their eyebrows about, and it was somehow related to chocolate. So maybe he's hungry.
I mean, not you when you're hungry. It's not Cadbury's. But
No.
adjacent.
Tessus gets his phone removed, which makes me think his Steam's going to be all right in a moment. I feel like Big have got to maybe take the same initiative here on the T side and get Crimbo involved. Let him and JDC be the front runners, and then you've got the closers, such as Tabson, such as Searson. But I wonder, with 8 rounds already being acquired here, if Heroic win the pistol, suddenly we're already looking at Vertigo. Yeah, fist bumps. nicoodoz with the slap, okay. Wasn't quite as, didn't look as painful as like the Dexter slaps. Maybe that's just an AWP thing. Anyway, back in the action. Broke CT, big on the attack. Need to start off strong here. Very conventional here. Dual Berettas on top. Hut. Process anticipating for a push. And we know how aggressive Heroic were in the first half, so it makes sense for Big to be a little bit cautious. However, that's not happening. tabseN and searson gain control outside with the diags, and they might look to make a move in towards main.
Is going to take some initiative. Walk squeaky. That's not spotted. Like, Crimbo is aware. So, Big have got this space from tabseN. The question is, what do you do? Because NertZ is aware of it. Like, he's down here to see. If NertZ gets that kill, suddenly Big's plans fall awry. But, oh, nicoodoz cops a goosh. Escapes. For a moment, Process follows up, and off the back of that, they are going to go. Shush does the duelies, and you got Kixon on top, but Kixon can't get the kill. TeSeS' push finds success, and so does Shush. And the bomb dropped, and now they have to fight back to it. TeSeS and Shush are locking it out. It started so good for Big, but it falls to tabseN. And a 1 versus 3 that does not favor him. There are so many bodies he has to get past. That's a good first kill. TeSeS is low, remember, but he doesn't know where NertZ is. And NertZ, well, he lets him know.
That's such a shame. It really is, because it's a great pistol from Big. You drop the diagonal smokes, you force a reaction out of Heroic. nicoodoz is very patient, but as soon as the contact comes in between tabseN and NertZ down low, that's where Crimbo and Process overrun him. But the bomb being dropped is the big factor there. And then NertZ can take his rotation anyway. Does he come back through ramp? Does he go up towards secret? Does he flank all the way around? There's so many questions entering tabseN's mind in that point. Nice try on the clutch, but not to be. So Heroic win another pistol. And there's nothing available here for Big. No bomb plant, no money. Probably double digits etched next to the Heroic name.
Yeah, Big feel hard done by that one. That pistol, more or less necessary, you feel. NertZ is going to get some target practice. Not that he's not had plenty of it already across this map. And he'll happily take this. Shush is pushing as well. Looking to put his farming hat on. Hold up. searson blocks him. And NertZ gets digged. We've got a round happening. Crimbo's hit another. A 2v2. TeSeS recovers to at least equalize. What looked like it was going to be more or less a run over. It's gotten a little scary.
Kixan's on another flank. So TeSeS is going to get the jump on these players. And that means that Kixan's going to be hit to lock it in. Good recovery from Heroic. Nice shots out of Big. As Heroic tried to give the fight to them, but Crimbo battled his way out with the deagle. Looks a little bit scary, but they are able to come out on top. And it was with this push, I think it was Shush outside initially. It forced them into the utility and the nade. So there's a lot of damage being done. Initially by Heroic. Shush is now on an XM. He loves the auto shotty. Nerfed a little bit with the price. Not in this update, but in the next one.
That got costly though.
And top garage, that's a tough one to kind of deal with. Oh, never mind. No, it's not.
tabseN ready for it. Good opener. Massive kill to find onto that rifle of NertZ. Kixon, he gets away a little worse for wear just from the spam. It's unconfirmed, but it does make him a little less able to get involved. And the round before getting so expensive. Heroic dropped this one. Big do have a way back into this. You feel like they've got every advantage to do it. A low HP MP9 and XM. nicoodoz and TeSeS, they have their work cut out for them.
It looks like it's going to be an A play, which means you could get the auto shotgun involved. Kixan's actually left, and he's going to re-push ramp. Reinforce it with TeSeS. So a lot of this hinges on Shush. How much can he find? Absolutely nothing. A bomb site for free. And you mentioned the money. This is probably going to be a save out of Heroic. 5 on 3. Kixan's low. Yeah, nicoodoz wants nothing to do with it. So a good show in there from Big as well. Kixan was trying to get tricky at the vent. At the first point of call. And I feel like him being loud and then creeping back up, it just creates JDC this opportunity to spam. tabseN won't be able to find Kixan, but now he needs to run for the hills.
Yeah, I think him getting that kill, though, is going to deter Big from hunting. Which Heroic are very happy about, because keeping these 3 rifles alive will actually give them a good bind to the next, because NertZ will ideally be able to get out something worthwhile.
Terrorists win.
So you'll still have 2 players that are lacking, but it's still something to fight with. It'll pretty much be the same round, really, in terms of weaponry that we just saw. So they get another chance at it.
Great kill to find NertZ. Heroic just trying to find these cheeky angles to create opportunity, and it would rub salt in the wound if NertZ was able to find that one. Straight ramp. Potentially this is going to be a bit faster. Yeah, Crimbo disrespects the smoke. TezZ holds firm. And there's more where that came from. TezZ trying to hold the line and does a lot of damage onto JDC and even deals with nicoodoz, but the ramp hold gets completely dismantled.
nicoodoz won't be happy with that. That felt like a freebie. You feel like they've done so much with TezZ getting the double. Sjuush and nicoodoz both step in to try and get that extra kill and both fall. And A's open. Kixan's rotated. And that's going to get smoked off. Kixan is pretty close by. And, oh, he could catch the timing. Up the fan process. Oh, he spotted him. He just got up initially. Backs were turned. He's being a bit of a distraction. The smoke could give him a way up if he wished to. NertZ in heaven. There isn't a kit. If they find kills, that might be enough. NertZ is peeking, not seeing anything. Kixan lurking around that smoke. tabseN is in the open. Kixan finds the kill, but time is running out. They're taking quite a lot of it just to get here. And defusing the bomb. You can try and stick it. NertZ providing the overwatch. NertZ needs to find both these kills, and he's done it. And that might just be just enough. The clock ticking, but Kixan has got the defuse.
What a clutch just from both of them. Kixan actually not coming up the vent gives enough time for nicoodoz just to kind of be there in the first place. Sorry, NertZ, rather. Double ends on Heroic. It's tough sometimes, but Kixan just dropping that smoke. tabseN should have had him dead to rights. Really should have. And then it's the overwatch from NertZ. Everything. Kixan had to stick that bomb at that precise moment. That's completely stolen away. And for Big, that's a really tough one to lose because the design of that round was so good. They deal with all the ramp pressure. They've got to play a deep lobby. Holding for reactions. And then generating space on towards A. This lobby push is fantastic out of Heroic. They know that Big are outside. They've already got the rotates down secret. They've got players that can fight and pepper these smokes. This is so tough. Big need to fight their way out.
Heroic want to take the fight to them. You can see nicoodoz is playing around the smokes. Spam from afar. NertZ slinks up, gets a double. And nicoodoz, not even known, swings out for his. Map point about to be secured. Crimbo watching on as his teammates fall one by one. Heroic so fast on getting that control in lobby, and as you say, it just sets them up to be prepared for this exact play. They had every bit of information they needed for all the players to be present. That could not have been done more perfectly.
It worked both ways as well. Even if NertZ is that second point of contact and nicoodoz arrives through the smoke, but instead NertZ grabs 2, then there's nicoodoz set up at the close angle. Absolutely destroyed. And that's the one round on the T side as well where Big haven't had anyone in towards lobby. So they couldn't get the early intel. Heroic have read Big completely this entire Nuke game. And Crimbo holds on to a Galil. Caution. Most certainly for Crimbo. 7 chances to close now for Heroic. It's all about making sure you don't die after time here. Crimbo would have nothing. And he might be found by Tess says, no! Nothing! Not a single penny to his name.
Nightmare for Crimbo, who's been that one piece that they've been able to rely on to always be consistently outputting. And if we look at the scoreboard at the end of this and you look at those ratings, it's going to be Crimbo at the top and then almost like the Furious story where there's a gap after that. JDC has been present in a few of these big rounds, but it's not in the same way that everyone from Heroic is showing up right now.
Everyone's on the same page for Heroic. Even in these faster plays, these lobby crunches, it's the immediate protocols. What do we do after this? The communication is so strong in the mid-round, and Big are completely unraveled, and Heroic unrivaled. Single AK on Process. Citizen Scout looks for recon, finds nothing over a garage except a nade. Flies past his ear. Great headshot onto NertZ, who's been the talisman for this team. With outside space generated, Big look to maybe stick it in main.
Saracen's always been known for his scouts. Like it's one of his strongest weapons. And okay, he found a double. Swaps to the AK. Kicks in. Gets the double. Massive kills back. And for all the work Saracen has done in this round, you feel like it's slipping away because Crimbo has the P250 that was dropped to him. Maybe if he catches Kixin? No. And tabs him. You don't envy him. 1 versus 3. He's found some space. Well, slips down, and I don't know if that was spotted by Shush. It does seem like it. He's hot in pursuit.
Yeah, he knows.
Goodbye, Tabson. Kixin's aware, Kixin swings, and Heroic 13-5 big on Nuke.